So this is a very exciting moment because this is the first official tutorial video that I've done for RÓEN that's not just on my Instagram. This is the real deal. And it's very exciting as well because I've been using my own makeup with prototype, not real packaging. As you can see, it's had a lot of love. It's done a lot of traveling around the world. But today, I have the real packaging here, and I'm going to use my palettes. All 8 shades are beautiful to use by themselves or also in conjunction with each other. But every day I literally wake up and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna use today? And sometimes it's really hard because I love all of them so much. And then I've got my little disco eye too. This is really special. All of these formulas have never been done before, so it's really unique. You have to try it. And then I have my brush here too. This is exciting. And here we are. So this brush I also customized and made, which I believe is a perfect eye brush because of the size and the shape of the bristles, to do a lot of detail work, also some blending and application. I'm going to go, I have on some tan pants. You probably can't see, I don't know if you can or not. So I'm gonna go with the warm palette just because I feel like it's kind of flowing with everything that I have on. And I'm gonna show you a little bit how I like to use the shadow. So these are made to use with or without a primer. I actually love using the NARS primer, smudge proof base primer underneath. Any primer will do. But you also don't have to have one as well. If you use a primer with any eyeshadow, not just RÓEN's, it's going to help it last longer and it will help to have less chances of it creasing. All right, primer is on, and a little bit of primer. You don't want to put too much on either. I already have my obviously shade on my finger, and I'm just going to apply that straight onto the eyelid first, and then whatever is left, I'm just kind of blending it up into the crease. And even that by itself is just so beautiful. That's what I love about these, is when you're kind of in a rush or you don't want to do too intense of an eye look, just even putting on the tiniest amount of these eyeshadows really just brightens the eye. It gives you some texture. It catches the light really well. They're really, really pretty. So that at first, and then I'm going to take this other shade here called Nikki Dust. It's kind of the shade that inspired this whole project actually. And I'm just swirling my brush around into the palette, and I'm actually gonna use it kind of as a bit of a contour in the crease of my eye. But then I'm also going to kind of go outward and upward just to kind of give my eye a little bit of a lift. So it does just give the eye a little bit of a natural lift. So you can get a little bit of shape, but it's also not such an obvious situation. And then I'm going to take the smaller side of my brush and just dip it into, obviously, and put a little bit into the corners of my eyes. And then to finish it off, I'm going to just swirl back in again with the Nikki Dust and use the bigger side of my brush and just kind of dust a little bit of this underneath the eye as well. And when you use it with the bigger side of the brush, it's just going to give kind of a really natural, hazy definition. So no hard lines. If I wanted more, I would use the smaller side of the brush. It's kind of like that model eye where it's like a little bit undone. There's a little bit going on, but it's not too obvious. Ta-da! Okay, I put 2 coats of mascara on. It's a no-name mascara because it's a lab sample and I'm testing it right now. So, hint, hint. So that is a very simple application, but you can see how it gives a little bit of definition, a little bit of sparkle. It's kind of using it in a different way because a lot of the times I usually would take Nikki Dust and do that on the eyelid and then put obviously in the crease, but this time I wanted to kind of flip it and show you something else. And then of course, you can always take your disco and just swipe a little bit on at the end if you want. You can also wear this by itself, by the way. You can wear this a million ways, but it is just such a fun product and it intensifies the sparkle a bit. So this has like different size pearl in it, and you can just tap a little bit of that on the top. I always like to kind of bring the disco in the inner corner because you want to brighten that area. So I'll kind of put a little extra bit right there in the inner corner. So I hope if you already have your palette that you try out this look. We always are looking at your tags, so tag RÓEN Muse. And if you haven't gotten a palette yet, you need to, because it's kind of the best thing ever. I've been wearing both of these palettes for probably the last 8 months solid, and it's been so hard because everyone will be like, what is it, what is it, what is it? And I haven't been able to talk about it, but now it's out. So enjoy. Bye.